A grandmother who lost her eldest son, his partner and 5 grandchildren in Sunday's horrific car crash near Aotea Muri says a warm and loving whanau will look after her 2 remaining grandchildren. One grandson survived the crash and is in hospital, and another was with his grandmother when news of the 2-car crash that killed 8 people came through. Sherilyn Portawa spoke to media on behalf of her whanau at Waikato Hospital today. Our reporter Andrew McRae was there.
Sherilyn Portawa was surrounded by members of the Kororia Luke Portawa whanau as she spoke about the tragedy that's taken the lives of 7 of her family members. She remained stoic while whanau members clutched each other in silence. Reading a statement, she said losing loved ones has been devastating.
No words can fully describe the agony, the anguish of whanau, that our whanau are experiencing this time.
Mrs Portawa says the family were on their way home to Tokoroa when the crash happened on State Highway 1 on Sunday morning. She says she was waiting for them to arrive.
And the sole survivor is our 9-year-old grandson, who is recovering quite well. He's been in surgery, midnight surgery, and it's been very successful. So he is on a speedy recovery, but a long journey for him.
She says the whanau is waiting to return home with her 2 grandsons to Hawke's Bay.
They are both surrounded by a very big, loving family, close unit, who are waiting for them to return home in good time.
Sherilyn says the whanau has been overwhelmed by the love and support it's receiving.
We would like to thank the whanau, friends, all work colleagues of my son, school teachers, friends, neighbours, for all their condolences and their heartfelt aroha, prayers, thoughts.
She asked for privacy and respect in the coming days.
I ask everyone to whanau and friends and family everywhere to please continue to pray with the Luke, Kororia and Portawa whanau as we grieve, mourn our loss, which will be a long journey for us.
The 8th person to die in the crash was the sole occupant of the other car, a long-standing member of Scouts New Zealand, Jenny Rogers. The organisation says their colleague was a private person who didn't like the limelight. The night before she died, Jenny Rogers attended a dinner at the Scout Caving School at Waitomo. The school's director, Warren Turnwald, describes her as a go-to person who could solve any problem.
She would sort something or put you on to somebody else. So she was always good and passionate about scouting, long family history in scouting. So she was very keen on promoting it, working with the youth.
Warren Turnwald says Ms Rogers was in charge of various national scout schools, including caving.
It's the second time she had come up to be our guest at the final dinner. So we chatted throughout the evening, and I gave her the opportunity to talk to the kids a little bit about the other national schools that Scouting has.
Mr Turnwald says she'll be sorely missed.
There was so much more to her than just the role that she worked on. And one thing she said to me on Saturday night was, I'm going to get paid for doing something that I've loved doing all my life. And that probably reflects her feeling toward the position and towards scouting in general.
The scouting movement and 2 families now in mourning after the tragic accident. In Hamilton for Checkpoint, ko Andrew McRae.